beautiful people, it is T, and we're back to do part 2 of Coloring in Fairy Miracles with Mitsubishi Uni pencils. So I don't know if many of you are in my Facebook group or not. Just to start off with some sad news, we lost a colorist in our group, in our community rather, by the name of Leslie Allen. You might know her as Orion's Girl 93 on YouTube, and that was also her Facebook group name. And her sister reached out to me and asked if I could make the announcement that her sister passed away in January of this year. And I will go ahead and post a little post. I'll post something so you can read what I posted in the groups. But I want to just ask everyone to keep her family in your thoughts and prayers. And just remember your fellow colorist. We never know what each person is going through, medical, mental, emotionally, and just showing support to one another means a lot. And you just don't know how much that would mean to someone if you just showed just a little kindness. And that's one thing about this community, is that we do show a lot of kindness. And I felt honored to be contacted and asked to make the announcement for the family, as far as her colorist friends and in the colorist community. So we're going to go ahead and color in this Fairy Miracles. We're going to continue the page that we were coloring. This is part 2. I'm going to be working on the mushroom. Still working on the mushroom. Put my page in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on, first I'm going to work on the top part of the mushroom cap. And then I'm going to work on the inside if time permits on this video. So I might be coloring a little fast, so please bear with me here. I just want to get as much done as I can in the least amount of videos. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. All right. So the first color that I'm going to be, or the colors I'm going to be using on the top of the mushroom cap will be Jaune Brilliant 517, Salmon Pink 514, and Coral Red 515. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Jaune Brilliant 517. And I'm going to forgive the noise here. So I hope you guys had a great day today. This beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. I certainly did. I went to work and, I was a little sad this morning because I received that information regarding Leslie early this morning, and it brought me to tears because, you just don't know sometimes why you're chosen to do certain things. But I don't know if you believe in God or what you believe in, but I believe sometimes people are led to you for a reason. And I don't know what that reason was, but I was happy to do it. But when I went to work, I was kind of mellow, and just thinking about things, thinking about life, and thinking about how fortunate we are to wake up each morning able to breathe and see and walk, talk. And you think about those lovely people that are gone, and how much they'll be missed by family and friends, and you're just so grateful that you're able to be a part of the living, another day. So that's a blessing. But then, I had to deal with some stuff at work. I had to team member who had to do a project, so I kind of stepped in and do what supervisors are supposed to do, is carry the load, help carry the load. So I helped carry the load, which is fine. I don't mind doing it at all. Actually, it kind of takes me back to what I used to do, what my reps do. So I handled email today, email inquiries, and some people send emails and they assume that you know what they're talking about, and you just don't. You're like, sometimes especially when an email is going into a generic box, or like a box where that's the only email address available for the company, and people speak as if their email's going directly to the person it's intended for. It's just like, well, who is this email for? Why are you sending this? Why are you sending this to us? So that was that kind of day to day, but it was pretty fun. I actually like working email, so that was pretty fun today. And then my boss took us out to lunch, or the team out to lunch, just the supervisor management team. And that was nice, just to get away from the office and, hang out with my boss and some other supervisors and just enjoy some quality time outside of work. So that was nice. We went to a seafood restaurant. It was nice. And I got fish and shrimp, and then if you spend a certain amount of money, you get a free piece of cake. And this cake is like 6 or 7 layers, and the slice of cake is huge, but they give you a half, and if you can see what the half looks like, you'll be like, what is the whole? We're like, I would never be able to eat a whole piece of that cake. But they make the cake right there at the restaurants. It's really nice. So that was nice. A nice way to have a good midday retreat. So that was nice. And then I had I went downstairs. We have a young lady in our office who draws, and the other day I was like, oh my gosh, I really like your owls. She showed me her owls. I said, your owls are so cute. And I said, hey, before I left yesterday, hey, draw one for me so I can color it. So when I came in this morning, she's like, hey, I got your owl. I'm like, what? I thought it was going to take her a while to do that, but it didn't. Her owl is so cute. So I told her I'd color it. So I'm going to make it really vibrant, and I'm going to outline it with micron pens and, get that looking really cute. And I'm going to give it to her after I color it. Okay, so that was first layer, Jaune Brilliant, number 517. I colored very light because I want to make sure that I can get at least 2 to 3 layers on this. Yesterday when I was working on this one, the layers weren't, going on so well. They went on, but, I just had to press hard, and I don't really like pressing hard when I color. So I was just like, oh. But, it came out okay. So I'm going to work a little lighter this time until I get to the point where I need to, really press hard to get some more of this pigment on the paper. Okay, so the next color I'm going to be using is Salmon Pink 514. And that's just to give this some dimension, give it some more color here. Shading in a little bit. I'm just going to do this lightly. Trying not to press too hard on this paper, because I think my last layer in these sections here, I'll have to press that a little harder. I'll press that pencil down a little harder. So Yeah, so that was pretty much my Wednesday. Wonder what you guys are up to this beautiful Wednesday. It was freezing cold here in North Carolina. Really cold morning. It got down, I think, to like the 20s last night. And you can actually feel the difference, big time. You have your heat, like I try to keep my heat on like between 73 and 75. And 75 usually is a little too warm. But last night I was like, oh no. I put it on 75 and then I got too hot and I was like, oh no, I have to put this back down. So I put it down to 73 and I was like, I'm just going to have to deal with using more blanket because it was just too hot on 75. So sometimes it's good for me and then sometimes it's just like, oh my God, it's too hot, it's too hot. But then I don't like being cold. I just don't like being cold, y'all. So just have to wear more clothes to bed, I guess. Yeah, so Friday I have to take my little one to soccer practice. He starts soccer for the first time this year. He's so excited. It's so cute to see them so excited about sports and anything really. So I know soccer is definitely an outdoor sport, and I'm one of those people who, because I'm from California, I do not like being in the rain. I cannot stand being in the rain. So I know I'm going to have a lot of days where it's raining outside and we have to be outside for practice. Now, little ones, they're going to love it because they get to splash in mud puddles and stuff and run up and down that field. But I'm hoping, but it rains here a lot. I'm hoping that we have a nice dry soccer season, but I doubt it because just looking at the forecast this week, we're going to get some rain. And I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. So thank God I have one of those huge golf umbrellas. I'm definitely going to be using that when I'm out there. And then I'm going to put on my rain boots so my feet get wet. So my feet don't get wet. And I won't mind standing out there. Oh, guys. I'm like, why don't they have indoor soccer? Especially here in North Carolina, we need some indoor soccer fields because we have some serious storms and stuff here. I'm talking like lightning striking and you have to take cover from that. So, and my little one is afraid of thunderstorms, lightning. He's afraid of all of it. So I could just see him now. I hope it doesn't happen when we're out there because he'll take off running because he's afraid and his eyes will be so big. And, because when we're at home and that happens, he could be in a deep sleep. That boy will get up from his sleep and come in our room crying because he's afraid. And he's been asleep for a couple of hours. So, oh, Lord help us. I think we're going to have a kind of a rough season with rain this year. We didn't have as much snow as I thought we'd get. But we had a big snow, which was really strange, right before Christmas. And this area does not usually get snow before Christmas. So that was like super strange for us. And I think we kind of beat some kind of records with that snow coming that early. But we haven't had any snow since then. And, usually we have at least 2 to 3 snow incidents here or we're going to have snow and ice or something. But we've only had one. And so I was always told that, you know, the snow and the ice helps to kill off, you know, bugs that are waiting for spring. You know, like it kills them. And so we're not getting that this year. So we're probably going to have a nice year with bugs. And the bugs in North Carolina, oh God, they're huge. Oh my gosh. Some of the bugs I've never seen in my life until I'm just like, what kind of bug is that? And, you know, I'm freaking out. Woo, they're flying all over the place. There's like beetles that fly into you. And oh my gosh, I don't like bugs, you guys. I do not like them. And they don't like me. So I'm worried about that for this spring and summer. We're going to probably have some gigantic bugs. So if that's the case, most likely I will be spending most of my summer indoors and not going out very much because I do not like them. So, okay, so again, we're still working with a Salmon Pink 514, and we're just about done with this one. I just wanted to go around, you know, these areas here and get some of this laid down. Not pressing too hard, trying to keep it light. Just keeping that as light as I can. I love the pinks in this set. All the pinks are beautiful. And I love pink. So naturally, my mushroom top is going to be pink. All right, make sure I didn't forget anything. Looks pretty good. This layer looks pretty good. All right, so the next layer I'm going to do is going to be this Coral Red 515, and I'm going to do some more shading here in the edges and stuff. So the last video I asked people where they were from, and I got a few responses. We have somebody from Niagara Falls area, and I've been there. That place is beautiful. My husband's family is Canadian, and we went to visit them. I've been to Montreal, I've been to Toronto, and when we were visiting his cousins in Toronto, we went over to Niagara Falls. On the Canadian side, and you guys, whoo, that is one beautiful place. If you've never been to Niagara Falls, you got to make it out there. Absolutely beautiful. Both sides are really beautiful. The only difference is on the American side, the falls go across like rocks, and if you like that, you know, falls going down rocks and stuff like that, is just beautiful. And then on the Canadian side, it's more, you know, the regular type of waterfall. Absolutely gorgeous, both sides. So, and then what's really cool is at nighttime, they shine the American flag on the American side and the Canadian flag on the other side. So you can get some beautiful pictures, and there's a lot of hotels that overlook the falls. You know, they're right there. So that place is absolutely beautiful. That should be on anyone's bucket list, is to go check out Niagara Falls if you haven't. So we got some people from that area. I know we have another Carmen from Michigan, and she's in my Facebook group. And she's so supportive. I absolutely really love that she's supportive of me and what I'm doing in my channel and my Facebook group. She just doesn't know that's how much I appreciate her and her sister. They're both so supportive and very kind people. So, and then I think that was all that I had to respond. Oh no. Also, Lavelia, she didn't say where she was actually from, but cool thing is we actually come to find out we went to the same high school during the same time frame. So she sent me an email. Oh my God, I went to the same high school. I looked at my yearbook and oh my God, and I was like, what? What year yearbook are you looking at? Because I only got the senior one. I didn't want all the years. So I only got it when I was in my senior year. But she looked it up and found me. I was like, what a small world. And so that is so cool. We have that in common. We both went to the same high school, and she's a colorist, and so am I. That is so cool. So that was cool to find out yesterday. I mean, also today. So yeah, everybody like I was saying before, everybody in this coloring community is so kind and stuff, and just so friendly. It just, it's like gives you hope that there are a lot of good people still out there, a lot of good people. A lot of good people out there. And when you find a group of good people, hang on to them and build friendships. Because, it seems like good people are really hard to find nowadays. Really hard to find. But when you find them, hang on to them. So, what you guys have planned this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to get ready for a housewarming party. I want to do a housewarming party because I want to do it before we're in the house for a year. And I had some ideas to do it this spring. But I want to have it to where we can be outdoors too. So thinking about renting one of those tents, that you can set up for outdoor functions, and renting some tables and chairs for outside as well. I want to have like some volleyball nets set up in the backyard or badminton. People can play cards. I just want it to be a nice time outside. I mean, they can come inside, of course, but when it's beautiful outside, you just want to be out there. So, and then, in the early spring, it's really beautiful here in North Carolina. It's really nice to be outside. Kind of reminds me of California, in the springtime here. So I'm looking forward to this party. So thinking about the menu, and I was telling my husband, let's do fried fish. He fries the best fish, you guys. To me, in my opinion, he fries the best fish. And so I'm thinking like fried fish, and then I want to do some kebabs on the grill. And so I'll have to go buy a couple pineapples because I'm one of those people, if I'm making kebabs and I'm putting pineapple on there, it's going to be fresh. So I have to cut up some pineapples and prep all those kebabs. I just love doing, I like entertaining. It's something me and my husband really enjoy doing. And so happy that we have a home now we can do that. We just haven't done it yet because we're so busy with work and everything else. We just haven't had a chance to have a nice gathering with friends just to celebrate, our new home. So we're going to do that. that'll be something fun to start off this spring, and you know, invite the neighbors. Our neighbors are so nice, you guys. Very, very kind people. And we are surrounded by service people. So you have next door to us, we have a sheriff. On the other, across the street, there's another sheriff. Next door to that guy across the street, there is a fireman. Down at the end of our block, we have the chief of EMS. We have teachers on our block. It's just a really nice neighborhood, and so grateful that we were able to purchase in this neighborhood. All right, let me stand up and see what it's looking like. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with this beautiful coral red. So yeah, so we've been pretty lucky to find this place in this neighborhood. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna invite the neighbors because they're so cool. Really nice people, like I stated. So we might be inviting the neighbors and have some nice music playing, and just everybody just, you know, enjoy each other's company, great food. And I might, because I like to make empanadas too, might have to add some chicken empanadas to that menu, because they're so good, and when I make them, they are a huge hit. And you know, I want everybody to have something to eat that they would enjoy. So yeah, so I'm gonna be planning that, and hopefully that turns out to be really nice. I think it will be. I'm gonna be inviting some people from church, so I think it'll be a nice time. Okay, so we're doing that. Now I'm gonna go back over this with the lightest color that I used, which is Jaune Brilliant. I'm gonna go over that lightly, just very lightly, just to kind of blend in that a little bit. Get some of that white out of there. You guys might hear some background noise. My son is here, not working tonight, so he might make some noise. I tried, my son can actually sing. This is the oldest. And I tried to get him, one point around Christmas time, I was like, I want to have like a Christmas show on my Facebook, my YouTube channel, and I want you to sing. And he's like, no. I was like, come on, you can sing so good to me. To me, you can sing. And I think that you should share your talents. And he got out of that one. So, you know, I'm trying to get him to not be so shy to, he's not really shy to sing. He just, he's a perfectionist. And so if he doesn't have everything he thinks he should have in order to create the audio he wants to create, he will not want to do it. So, but I don't want him to, you know, not because he doesn't have certain things that he needs, because you can work around that. There's workarounds for everything. Just like me and my videos, sometimes at one point I didn't have great lighting and I had to figure it out, you know, until I could get some better lighting. But I did it anyway. And I don't want him to limit himself because he doesn't have a certain tools, because there's always a way to work around that. So hopefully he'll make an appearance, a vocal appearance on our channel, on this channel. and I hope soon. I know he's been working on some stuff. He's got to me, he's got an awesome voice. He's got an awesome voice. Okay, so we're about done with the cap area, and I'm going to see if I can continue on, because I really want to. I want to work on this whole section here, this whole okay. All right, so we have some time. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on these little, I don't even know what they're called. I'm going to call them mushroom blobs. So the mushroom blobs, I'm going to be using two colors. I'm going to be using blue-green 615 and dark violet 528. So I'm going to start with the blue-green 615, just adding some light color on these little blobs, mushroom blobs. So does anyone in our group sing or have any family members that sing? And do they have a channel, YouTube channel, or do they have Instagram? If so, go ahead and share it in the comment section, and I'll share that with my son so he can take a look. And I'll go take a look too, because I like to hear some good singing. You know what? I think I just colored those little balls. Well, we'll erase those later. So, coloring and talking can be difficult sometimes because you're trying to talk, but you're like, oh shoot. Sometimes you're talking and you're not really paying attention because you're talking, and then you're like, oh man, I messed up. But that's okay. I don't mind doing this because, again, you guys get to know me a little bit better, can respond. I like the fact that people are responding in the comments to some of the things that I say, can engage, in the comment section as well. So, again, I'm using this blue-green, number 615. And I'm just lightly putting that blue-green. I like this color. There are some beautiful colors in this set. I don't know if I've already said that. There are some beautiful colors, and I have a few that are, so I have a 100 set, and I also have a 72 set. So there are some colors that are not, of course, that I'm not going to be able to replace in this 100 set. And so it's like, eventually, when I start getting down to nubs, I'm going to actually have to buy another 100 set, because these are not sold. If I want to keep using these pencils, or have the complete set, they're not sold open stock. So you actually, unless I can find them from someone just selling them that way, I'm gonna have to actually buy a whole nother 100 set, which is not cool because they're gonna cost well over $100. So that's the downfall with some pencil brands that you buy. You can't buy them open stock. So in order to replace a color, you either have to buy a small set that has that color in it, or buy the full set because the color is not in the small set. And then, also too, you have to, you just have to spend, it seems like you're going to be spending more money than what you really should have to. Unless, again, you can find somebody who's selling them, like that, already out of the packs or outside of the set. So, okay, so that's the first layer. And again, that was using blue-green. 615. Let me see how I am for time. Okay, we're good, looking good on time. All right, so now I'm going to do some shading with Dark Violet 528. We're going to test this out. I'm going to see how this turns out. Make sure I'm still in frame because I did move the book. Sorry about that. And I am. All right, so I'm going to go in here and lightly add some of this purple. This is Violet, Dark Violet 528. So guys, I'm going to be going on my very first cruise next year, and I am nervous. I'm so nervous about it. Me and my husband always said we'd never get on a cruise, and mainly because he likes to watch things on YouTube that scare the living pants off of you. And he watched some things on YouTube in regards to cruises, and he was like, I would never get on a cruise. And somehow I was able to convince him to take this cruise next year. So we're going to be going on a cruise, and really excited, nervous. It's a princess cruise, and we're going to be going to the Bahamas. We're then going to be going to Jamaica. It also takes us to the Cayman Islands, and then last stop would be not the last stop, but another stop would be Cozumel, Mexico, and then back to Florida. So we booked this cruise, guys. And somebody was like, why would you guys book a 7-day cruise on your first one? I was like, well, you know, because I want to go to some places. If I'm going to get on a boat, I want to be able to go to some places, and some places I really want to go to. And so some of these places that it's going, I really want to go. So yeah, so we're doing that, guys. Don't want to see anything about cruises and boats capsizing or anything like that from now until next April. So that's going to be something fun for us. And it's just going to be me and him, and then we're going with some family. So this is a kid-free trip, which is great because we don't really get those kid-free trips. Still working on this here. I like this. I like using this color on top of that blue-green. So, but yeah, so we're doing that, guys. We're doing that. Doing any coloring videos. I'll probably be like fiending when I get back, like withdrawals, having withdrawals when I'm gone. Like, oh God, I'm supposed to be doing a video. I'm supposed to be coloring or doing something. I'm not even bringing coloring books, guys. And I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to make sure I have some coloring apps on my on my cell phone, and you know, so I can at least do that. I don't want to be on the cruise coloring because we're supposed to be, you know, hanging out and spending time with family and each other. So I won't be bringing coloring supplies. And so I'll probably be going through withdrawals of that too. Oh, yeah. So has anyone been on a cruise? I'm sure many probably have, but I know there are a lot of people that haven't for whatever reasons. For us, it's no desire. We didn't have a desire because pretty nervous about that. Because I'm more one of those people. I want to be flown somewhere, and I want my feet to stay on the ground once I'm there the whole time. And even though they say, oh yeah, cruise ships are so cool because it's like a big city on water, but it's on water. It's not on the ground. So you're out there and Mother Nature is not nice sometimes, and you're hoping that Mother Nature will be nice when you go. So I will definitely be praying before I go on that trip and reminding God that I am on that boat and there are other people on that boat, and please keep this boat safe. And I know we'll be fine. It's just nerves. So guys, I like this with this purple. I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to finish this. We will see. All right. So now I'm gonna go back to the blue green 615 and go over each one. See if I can get some more pigment there. And it's taking it, so that's good. It's really good. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have to not do so many layers, but I really wanted to on the pink because I just like using more than just two colors. But for this right here, it's actually working out well. So maybe when I do the flowers, I will stick to just two colors so that, it turns out just as nice as these little mushroom blobs. So, yeah, this is nice. I like how it's turning out. Oh, all right. So back to the cruises. If you've been on a cruise, where did you go? Did you go to Alaska? Did you do Hawaii, Mexico? Have you done a Mediterranean cruise? I was told to try one of those Mediterranean cruises because they're awesome too. And, I was like, if I go to Europe, I'm not going to be on a boat. I want to be on land, and I want to go and just veg out and be like I want to do what the locals do. I don't want to be on a boat. So, all right, so we're done with the little blobs. Let's see, I'm gonna stand up and see how they turned out. I like them. Okay, so now we're gonna get to this section here. And under this section, I decided to go with the same colors as these little blobs here. So I'm gonna probably only be able to work on this for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off. So we're gonna get, I'll probably just work the first layer, and I'm gonna try to work this pretty fast. So I don't, sometimes I do color fast, you guys, to get things done, because there's so many books we all have to color. And so I try to work things a little fast. So I'm going to put this color that I'm using right now is the blue-green 615. And I'm putting that under the mushroom cap, I'm doing a light layer of that. Trying to fill in as much of the white space as I can. Has anyone ever done like a speed color where you can see how fast you can color a page? I think that'd be cool to do. Set a timer and see how fast you can color a detailed page, doing shading and everything, but kind of like doing it as fast as you can. I'm gonna probably do that time myself one day. I think that'd be cool to see just to see what I can do. You know, like if you're gonna pick a simple page, like give yourself 5 minutes to do the whole page, or 10 minutes to do the whole page, with shading, and then try it without shading. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna be doing one of my Facebook groups, and we're gonna, which is the adult coloring on a budget. We had our first meet and greet last November here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and this year we're doing it again right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And typically at the fair that we, center this around, has a lot of workshops for art workshops. And so I reached, because we don't really see much for, coloring and coloring books and stuff like that. So I actually reached out to this artist who I guess, I don't know if she's a member, but she does do some workshops for the Colored Pencil Society of America. And I'm going to be joining that chapter, but I want to go to a few meetings before I make that decision, joining the chapter here. But I sent her an email, reached out to her, and she said that she'd be willing to do a class for the adult coloring on a budget group for our meet and greet. And so I was so excited about that. I was like, yes, that is so cool. She said yes. So that's some really exciting news for the group and for us learning some techniques. And so she's gonna be bringing pamphlets and booklets and all kinds of stuff. And of course we have to pay for this, but it's such a cool opportunity to ask questions, from colored pencil artist who's been doing colored pencils and mixed media for 30 years or more. So I'm so excited about that. I'm just, doing all the planning for this meet and greet. So year 2 is going to be nice. We might have some people coming over to meet us who are subscribers who live in North Carolina. So I'm so excited about this, you guys. So excited. The planning is taking place, and it's going to be in November, and we're going to do some shopping for great supplies. Last year they had Derwent, and they had a huge Derwent table. I'm talking prices slashed down, you guys. And I'm a bargain shopper, so I'm like, okay, I want to see how these prices are really discounted. So of course, usually Amazon has the cheapest prices on a lot of things. So I went on there to do price comparisons, and every last item that we looked at for Derwent, Stabilo, were cheaper at this fair by at least 25 to 30%. So we actually had a great time shopping there. So I'm looking forward to it this year. I'm just hoping that this year they'll have Faber-Castell and Caran d'Ache, because I do know that there is a local Caran d'Ache. There's a local Caran d'Ache representative right here in the Wake County area. So I'm hoping we will be able to, have some Caran d'Ache product there. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and start underneath this cap of this mushroom with the same purple, dark violet 528. And I'm just going to work this area, and then I'm going to continue on this on another video because we're not going to have enough time. So we're just going to go ahead and work a little bit under this cap. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and end the video, y'all. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me do this little mushroom here. I'm enjoying it. I like the colors I've chosen to do it. All right, so I'm just gonna do that little area. Add a little bit more pigment there. I'm gonna press a little harder under that area. And then we'll finish this. Maybe work on some flowers on the next one. All right, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. So if you guys have any questions, comments about anything I've done on this picture, any suggestions, please, put those down in the comment section below. And we're gonna go ahead and resume this when we come back for video number 3. All right, y'all, until next time, take care.